Okay, so are you guys ready to get started? Should we just totally do that? Okay.
Let's roll.
First of all, what do you see right now?
Post-conference wrap-up screen.
Woo! Okay. Karen, you did a great job of guessing that up, so it looks way cooler.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you guys for coming on. Wait, am I really recording? Or is it just, okay, yeah, it's recording. Okay, so tonight's agenda, we're gonna recap a little bit of conference, just briefly touch on some things, and then I was kind of talking it over with some of my girls that we would like to maybe have a little bit more in-depth training, like record some extra training on some of these things, depending on if what you guys thought. I just noticed something. Lenny's gonna kill me. Anyway, yeah, so depending on what everybody thinks, if they want some more in-depth training on something, just let us know, because I think it'd be fun to do some more of these. So we're gonna start, or we're gonna talk about new products, time blocking, engaging your customers, personal connection, social media, team building, and going on their trip. Woo! All right. So first of all, I'm kind of like visually type person, and I just thought that it would be fun to kind of see where everybody is on the scheme of things, because I feel like our teams don't really know each other very well. So I asked Lenny to make this cool little genealogy tree of all of us, with Mama Karen at the top, and all of us history makers.
I love this. I'm really glad that you guys did it. It's been on my mind for a while, and so yeah, I very much like this. Thank you.
Yeah, well, we're one big team, and I think that all of us have so many awesome things to contribute that I definitely think we need to utilize each other's strengths and go from there. So anyway, okay, starting off, we are going to talk about new products, and Shanna Morse is going to do that.
I am. No, we're just kidding. Real quick, I think a lot of us were there. So, have you guys ever had someone who wanted to try out the Core 4 and then wanted to go ahead and change what they wanted? Like they didn't want the oatmeal milk and honey bar, lotion bar. Well, now they have options. Core 4 will stay the same price, but they get to choose choice of lotion bar, choice of the 9-ounce magnesium lotion, peppermint or unscented. Still get this 4-ounce skin relief, and then they get to also choose their magnesium stick. So that's nice. The unscented magnesium spray is now available all the time. And so in the magnesium bundle, they can choose, they also have the choices on that one. Our new fragrance for this year.
My bad.
Is the Madagascar vanilla. It's ylang, jasmine, and the vanilla in it. It smells really good too. I think we were all lathering up when it was handed out to us. And we have 2 new deodorants, the bergamot and sandalwood, and the lavender and eucalyptus, which is nice. Let's see. New face care tote that will be included in all the premier face care systems. New packaging for the acne support moisturizer with willow bark extract. It's going to come in the same bottle as the daily moisturizer. And let's see, Amy is going to go ahead and play videos to kind of explain the Helio Skin Superfood and the resistance. I think watching the videos can give you a better idea. These are game changers. The Helio is awesome. I've already tried it. My husband used it.
Hold on. I'm getting there. So we'll start with Helio superfood. Can you guys see it up here right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Introducing Jordan Essentials new Helio Superfood Lotion. Begin with rich skin relief, green tea, aloe, chamomile, seaweed, and shea butter. Infused with magnesium, we've all come to love. Our secret ingredient? Heliochrysum, a proven herb for anti-inflammatory. And a little boost? A clove and wintergreen for circulation and a cooling effect as you apply it. All in one powerful lotion. Hello, Helio. You're going to love the soothing, anti-inflammatory, and healing properties. And a little secret benefit, it also helps with wrinkles too from the shea butter and Helio. Apply, soothe, relax, and renew and nourish your skin. Hello, Helio Superfood Lotion. Feed your skin.
Can I just interject that this is going to be a fantastic thing to include into our Facebook parties? I love the video. Sorry, go ahead, Jana. You want to put the other
You're
one?
fine. Yeah, with the Helio Super Skin, it, you know, like I said in the video, it's anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, reduces cellulite by increasing circulation. I'm going to be trying that out next week. Stretch marks, and it's a deep cellular pain support. So it does have the magnesium in it, so you can, you know, helps with the pain as well. And then it comes in 2, 4, and 8 ounce. And Amanda posted the product sheet in the consultant community, but it's not in the back office yet. So if you need that for, you know, to share with somebody, it's in the community, the consultant community group. And then the next one is a resistance. This is compared to the Thieves Ancient Blend. With cinnamon, clove, lemon, rosemary, and eucalyptus. It comes in the roller, the dropper, and the spray. And then Amy's got a video on that one as well. This stuff is amazing. There's no sound, Amy.
Can you not hear it because I have myself muted?
Yeah, that I couldn't.
All right, hold on. Has anybody not watched this?
I haven't.
Oh, good. Okay, I will go back and get it restarted. It really is a cool video.
According to ancient legends, over 500 years ago, when the plague was ravaging Europe, Asia, and Africa, grave robbery became a lucrative industry. That is, if the plague didn't claim the lives of thieves first. One band of bandits fearlessly crafted their trade, seemingly immune to the death infection that claimed the lives of those they robbed. As the legend continues, one day they were caught and brought before the king, who agreed to let them go free if they divulged their secret. Inspired by this ancient recipe, found in the Royal English Archives, Jordan Essentials proudly introduces Resistance. Powerful essential oil blends. Resist the plague. Resist impurities. Clove, lemon, cinnamon, rosemary, and eucalyptus. Resist infection. Resist fatigue. Resistance. Cleanses. Deodorize. Join the resistance. Brought to you by Jordan Essentials.
Sorry about that. Apparently my computer was having issues with that big of a picture, but super cool. Okay, sorry, Shanna.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine. I think everything, new purifying charcoal mask, which will come with a bundle. And everything's in the back office. And then these really cool shirts is also back there.
Mhm. So I have a suggestion for everybody. We have the new flip page catalog, which is our electronic catalog. We have the 2 videos for the Resistance and the Helio, and we also have the video for the incentive trip. So I'll just tell you what I do is I email them all to myself in an email, and then I save them. So whenever I need them, I know right where to go and get them quickly, because that way they're all in one and I don't have to continually keep searching for the next 6 months on where those are. So I just wanted to throw that out there as a suggestion to y'all.
On that note, I actually save mine on Facebook because I do so many Facebook parties. Mine are actually saved right on Facebook.
That's what I do too.
Mhm.
Awesome. Okay. Did we cover everything, Shanna?
I think so. Did we miss anything? Karen, Delina?
I don't think so. Not for new products or any of the changes.
Does anyone have any quick questions on products that they want to ask before they forget?
Oh, did we talk about the deodorant?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mentioned that? So I will just tell you that, you know, a little personal information. I did try using the Resistance as a pre-treatment. Get it out of the shower, dry off, sprayed one spritz in each armpit, let it kind of dry, and then put my deodorant on right when I was done, and it really helps control odor. Because by the end of the day, when I was using our deodorant over the past period of time, summertime, or, you know, sometimes if I'm nervous, I could kind of start to smell myself a little bit towards the end of the day. Not that I would ever change using it, but the Resistance really made all the difference in the world. I couldn't believe it. So that's something for you to share with your folks. And there was all kinds of testimonies and I'm sure those will be posted somewhere. We had some testimonies for the folks that were trialing out the Helio ahead of time. And until you get your own testimonies to share from results from customers or yourself, you can certainly share others. So I don't know if anybody's seen those posted yet, but we can certainly poke Lydia and ask her if she could get those up for us. So this product, though, I have to tell you, I have used it for a little bit of period of time, and it takes the magnesium to a whole different level. So I'm really, for those of you that absolutely love the magnesium, you got to get this in your hands, get some samples out to folks and let them start trying it, because if you thought mag what sold well, I think we're really in for something here with this. So, but yeah, I just mention that.
As a side note, I was chatting with Cindy earlier today, because if you've looked in the back office, the Helio samples were not there, and there was no stickers as well. So I was like, I don't do my own samples because I just don't. So she talked to management, and they should be getting uploaded into the system. She said this afternoon. I haven't checked in the last hour, but so that, you know, either those of you that want to make your own will at least be able to buy stickers, or if you're lazy like me, you can buy the pre-made ones already made up, so you can get those out to your customers. So I think it would be awesome if anyone does have any testimonials on some of the new stuff, maybe to pass them on to your director so we can make our own fun little testimony pictures. I know that there's some people that are really awesome with that, so maybe we could start to do that as those come in. So cool. Alrighty. Next is connecting with customers, building relationships with Delana.
Me. Okay, so you all know it is all about the relationships in our business. Every single portion of our business is all about connecting with others and making them feel special and making them feel important. And that starts right at the beginning from a customer who you're trying to work with on a sale and get their best package and bundles, to hostess coaching, to through bookings, through building that party, that VIP customer converted to someone who you may want to join your family and join our team, to our brand new recruits. I mean, like every single portion, everything that we touch has to do with relationships, every aspect of it. So this is what's so cool though. Like that's the fun part of my job. That's the part I get super excited about, is building that connectivity and building those people up and building the relationships. If we can make them feel good in some small way, if we can let them know how much love they can receive here as a unit and as part of our family here at Jordan Essentials, what a difference that's going to make in the world, right? How can we affect and how can we change, just by doing that? So we have to make it about them. And like I said, that starts at the very beginning with that connectivity. The more we can help them understand that that's what we're about. We're not just about this awesome product, which we love. It's about something bigger. And as long as we can help them see that bigger picture and make it about them and not us, it's going to work. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. You've heard, like if you were at a conference this weekend, you heard so many good things and so many good quotes. If you weren't there, you probably have heard Zig Ziglar's quote, which talks about the more people we help, the more we succeed. And if we go through life, trying to make that our goal, trying to help as many people as we can, then, that's going to come back to us tenfold. That's going to help us to get to where we want to in our goals, right? And there's another quote that Karen loves that we've all heard a million times: a rising tide lifts all boats. And that's exactly what we want to do. We want to edify. We want to lift. We want to love people where they are, so that when they talk to us, whether it's about a sale, whether it's about hosting, whether it's about joining our family, whenever we have any contact with them whatsoever, it's a positive experience, full of love, full of life, full of hope, and full of dreams. We talked this weekend at conference. One of our guest speakers was Nikki Keohoho, who is with the Direct Sales Women's Alliance. And y'all, wasn't she fantastic? Like life-changing, crazy good. I'm kind of one of the lucky ones. I've heard her speak 3 different times, and I've had individual coaching with her. I mean, like, she is just fantastic. She's one of the better speakers I've ever heard in my entire life. If you're not familiar with her and you weren't at conference to get to hear her, go Google her. Go get online right now so that you can listen on YouTube to some of the things that she's got out there. But she did a personality test with us, which was kind of fun, right? Did anybody learn anything about anybody? Did anybody learn anything about themselves? Shanna's like me. They, just to kind of give you a kind of a picture or a little small snippet of what that was, they did the personality test that she used was called a DISC, D-I-S-C. And I think we could probably scan this and put this on our pages and share this with you. But it was talking about the different personalities that come with each letter. So like D was the dominant people. They were outgoing. They were very task oriented. Our friend Vanessa is a D. You may know some people that are Ds. Ds are competitive. They are to the point. They're risk takers, but they're also the ones who they know the answers. They know how to do it. They've got a plan. They're very concise. And those are the ones that are problem solvers. Then we had the I's. How many were I's? Anybody besides Delana? I was an I. Diane Brown was an I. I don't see any more hands. Okay, so an I was the influential. It was outgoing and very people-oriented. If you don't know me, that is definitely Delana. I'm very much an I. They're outgoing, they're persuasive, they're enthusiastic, they're always motivating. They love recognition. Let's see. I do not want to be rejected, and I do not want to be isolated or left out. That is so Delana. They're articulate, and they're always responding to approval or recognition. But they're also the ones who lose their checkbooks. That's Delana. So I am definitely an I. There are the S's. Those were the people that were very reserved and who are people-oriented. They were the supporters. Karen, weren't you an S? Karen was an S. Anybody else was an S? My supportive girls. The supportive ones are dependable, they're cooperative, they're harmonious, they're stable, they're predictable, they don't like sudden change, they don't like a lot of change, they're very patient, they want to hear all the details, and they want time to think everything through before they make a decision. They need clear expectations and clear goals. Those are the S's. And then the last one were the C's. Ruth says she's an I. She's a supportive one. Then they're the C's. Those are the reserved and task-oriented. Those are the cautious ones. The C's are very precise. They're very loyal. They're very systematic. They like systems. They like programs that help guide them through as to what to do. They're very much structured. They're the ones who love checklists. And so they like the hostess checklist and the new consultant checklist. They love all of that. They're very, very sincere, but they need they want praise, they want respect, but they definitely like this structure of things. So all four of those personalities were very, very different. And it was really cool because in her training, she had us all go find our friends, go find your I's, go find your S's, go find your D's, to find your people that were like-minded and in personality. And it was kind of cool to see who went where and who fit into what. Some you could directly connect, like most people would have picked me as an I. Most people would have picked Karen as an S. Most people would have picked Vanessa as a D. Some of us are blends. I feel like I'm an I, but I also feel like I'm a little S in there. I feel like I have a little bit of support in there. Some days I feel like I can be pretty dominant sometimes. So I feel like we're a blend of things sometimes. I feel like that's how God made all the different personalities. But guess what? That is exactly what we need here at Jordan Essentials. It takes every personality to make the world go around. And it takes every single personality to make us here at Jordan Essentials rock out our businesses, right? And to make a difference in the world. So when you're looking and talking to people about coming on board and being a part of our family, don't just look for people just like you. I don't need to go look for people that are just extroverted and can talk to a tree just like I can. You want to find people that are a little bit quieter at your parties and offer the opportunity. You want to look for people that are a little bit different, that may not quite match your personality, because like I said, they may never have been asked by another direct sales company. They may never have given this a thought because they have a picture in their mind as to how this is supposed to work. And so think about that when you're talking to people and when you're making your list of 100 and when you're trying to think right now, oh my gosh, I need to get parties because it's double points and I want this trip and blah, blah, blah. That's what you want to do. You want to write down as many people. So that would be a fun little memory jogger, wouldn't it? To go through every single personality letter and think of how many people that you could fit into each category. Who are all my D's? Who are all my C's? Where are my I's? And that way you literally, when you call them to talk to them or you call them to tell them all the excitement that we're learning now that just happened at conference, you've got a connection with them, right? You're starting that relationship, even if you don't already have it, in progress. You now have a place to start. I know you love systems. Well, guess what? We've got a tracker for our trip. We've got blah, blah, blah. You can literally walk them through according to their personality. But I say that to say we want to share this with every single person, because what we have and what we experienced this weekend at our national conference, our first ever national conference, by the way, with Jordan Essentials, was something unlike any other conference I've ever been to. So you really, really want to take that to heart. Just because someone wasn't there doesn't mean they can't feel it. And that comes from us. We get to go out now and share everything that we learned, and you get to go out now and share everything that you're hearing now on these recaps and through all these awesome leaders that are going to be sharing with you. So, yeah, that's my little 2 cents on the relationship portion.
Oops, I had to unmute myself.
Oh.
Thank you, Delana. Did anybody have any questions, comments, anything?
You're awesome. There's a comment.
I was going to say the same thing. That was awesome.
Thanks, y'all.
Okay. Since I made a PowerPoint, we might as well go back to it, right? Okay, so next, let's see. Did Brenda pop on? There she is. Unmute. Okay, unmuted. All right, so, there we go. Brenda is going to talk to us a little bit about time blocking. We learned just a smidge about it in our manager meeting, and so she's going to just brief overview on that.
Okay, so I am on my computer and I can't see anything but that photo, so I hope that's okay. And if I look a mess and everybody could see me, I apologize. Oh, great, thanks. Let's go back to the picture.
I can go back to the picture.
Yeah, let's go back to the picture. Okay. So first of all, I have to say, you know, I am speechless about conference. We learned so many things. It was amazing to get to meet so many different people there, whether they were on our team or not. I mean, I've been to many conferences, as well as many of you have been, and this was the best conference that I have ever been to. And I did say that to Lydia when I was chatting with her, that I thought everything was planned out. I thought everything was really great as far as conference. So I'm not sure how many of you have or do time blocking. First of all, hey Amy, can you go back to the picture again? I don't know if it's me because I'm on my computer, it keeps on blocking.
No, I went back to your face, sorry.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to go on my face right now.
Okay.
Anyhow, so I think this is very important for us as people, mothers, sisters, our business. We have so much going on. So I think this time blocking is really, really very important. And we went over part of this out at conference. And if you don't do this, even if you start this little by little, I really think it will help you be less stressed. And as you can see here, it's like work smarter, not harder. And even making tiny little time blocks like this really will help you. I don't want anybody to think that you have to put a huge time block and say, I'm going to work, you know, Monday morning from 8 o'clock till 3 o'clock in the afternoon on time blocking. Sometimes I think it's better if you do little blocks, even if they're 15-minute blocks, versus large blocks. But some of the things I just like to touch base on is the first block that you actually need to do is yourself. Whether that's getting up in the morning and doing yoga, whether that's making specific times just for you, and what I mean by that is you personally. That is very, very important. I think that we need to start working on ourselves more so we are more focused and healthier as people, and then start, you know, working down from there. Now, when I'm kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to call myself a D or not. But what I like to do, as you can see in the photos that are here, I use different colors, okay? So you can make yourself pink, and then you can make, if you have a 9-to-5 job, or if you work Let's say you work a part-time job. You can make your job then yellow when you do it in your daytimer like this. Excuse me. And then let's say you have kids and they have events. Then of course you're going to put your family in there. I say our family and ourself is first. And then of course if you work a job, we got to put that in there. And then what's going to happen is you're going to have smaller time blocks that are going to fill up. You know, you might have doctor's appointments or things like that that are in there. So this is going to help you or all of us determine when we have extra time to work our business, because we can all say we are very, very extremely busy. I don't have time. I can't do this. Another example, let's say you're at a sporting event with your children or whatever. You can take your time blocker with her and use that time, you know, while you're sitting in your car or anything like that. Use little blocks of time like that, no matter where they are, to do little things. Now, those little things can be a lot of different things. We all talked about IPA, income producing activities, that income producing activities that we always don't think about, which are great. So you know, you need to think about the little things like income producing activities. You know, you want to write down several things, not only when you have time to do events. You just don't want to write down, oh, I have time this day to do this event or this day to do this event. There is so much more that we need to write down, as far as when your Monday Night Live calls are, when our team calls are. If you write these down in your calendar, whether a lot of people now are using their phone, which I'm not a tacky girl, so I don't do that. I have a paper time calendar. So you want to write them down, and you're going to use different colors. One other thing that I want to say is it helps if you do use colors. The second thing is I use a pencil all the time. Do you want to know why? People change their appointments. Your life will change. No day is ever going to be perfect. So let's say you do have some time that you're making hostess packets. Yeah, sometimes we have to make time blocks to have hostess packets. I always have 5 hostess packets. You know, you want to make time to make samples to carry with you. So you want to make time blocks to do all of these tiny little things. Of course, you want to have time blocks of what days you are open to do your parties, your events. That's really important. But again, there's a lot of little things. This is really going to help you say, I don't have time. Even if it's 15 minutes here and there, you do have time. It doesn't have to be a long period of time, but you can break things up. These little things will really help you run your business. And again, you can, during this, you can do customer thank yous. You can do texting, private messaging, emails. You could do some of these from your back office. You know, thank goodness for that wonderful app that we have now. You can do handwritten notes to your team, your downline, which I think is really important. But again, you're going to break the time down and do this in your calendar. So it's going to show you how much time that you have. And again, you know, something might happen. You might have things written down and one of your kids gets sick, or your schedule changes for work. That means you can just adjust your time. So that's kind of what I do. We all have really, really busy lives. And honestly, every single one of us that are here can say, I don't have time for that. But actually, if you do time blocking, you will find 15-minute blocks. I use 15-minute blocks for the smaller things. And then for the larger things, of course, I'm going to use larger time blocks. And you can look online for so many different companies that will give you this information. They call it Power Hour, but actually most of us use 15-minute 15-minute blocks to do this. So I just think it really helps you define your time. And like me, actually, I was give you an example. I was supposed to get home yesterday. My life got messed up just like everybody else's did from conference. And I only got home today, and now my basement's flooding. Yay. So, stuff happens. But I think if you time block, again, it doesn't just mean for parties. It means for so many other things that intertwine your business to make it work easier. I think that's really important. Did I miss anything? Because I know a lot of you have experience on here on time block. Did anybody want to add anything that I forgot?
I'll just validate what you said, Brenda. I absolutely love using colored highlighters in my planner. I mean, and I don't have a big fancy planner, I'm pretty thrifty with things, but being able to glance down and, I look and I see, okay, green's the party and pink is family and, yellow are my calls. It really does give you a sense of quick glance at a calendar and see where you're at. So yeah, I do like the colors.
Yeah.
I'll also jump on and say, I had an aha moment when they were sharing about the time blocking. A lot of people say, do your power hour. And my power hour is I look at my phone for 45 minutes and then think about talking to someone, and then I get distracted because of a Facebook video. So I don't do that either. And then my hour is to do nothing but fun for me and not helping my business. So the idea of doing the 15-minute blocks, I have the attention span for that. I can say, okay, I need to make my list of of people that I want to contact this month. I need to book parties for the following month. Let me do that for 15 minutes. Those small little pieces, you'll actually end up being a lot more successful with your time. And you'll see that 15 minutes, it's easier to block off, especially if you have a busy schedule, which I do. So 15 minutes seems like amazing to me. So I would definitely implore those of you that think power hours suck to try that out.
Hey, can I jump on and add something to the calendar thing?
Heck yeah.
Hey, my friends, nobody under the sun has as much crap going on as I do in my life. So let me tell you about blocking time off and color coding things. Absolutely. I buy those little Post-its. I don't have any with me that are the flags, the different colored Post-it flags. And they're so easy to move around. Yes, all of those wonderful little things. They're so easy to move around, talking about a pencil. But listen, when you have your planner or your calendar or whatever you use for your time blocking, that is such a great tool to use for recruiting. Because when that's the first thing people say is, I don't have time. I don't have time. I flip up in that book and I have like 8 colors in there. And I'm like, no, I don't have time, but I make time. Let me show how to make time. I will do that for you. And that is a training tool that you can use to get your new recruits going and to get them started. Because one of the first things they do is they sign up and then they don't do anything for a couple of months because they don't have time. So that is a great share there, Brenda. I am 100% thankful that you shared that tonight, guys.
Whoop, whoop.
Awesome. Thank you, Brenda and Jen and Lenny and everybody. Awesome. Okay, any other questions? That was great. Okay, so back to the PowerPoint. Oops. Okay. Next, we have Carrie on here who is going to talk to us a little bit about social media. And I just have to say, I really liked this picture I found, so I put it there. So great.
So I'm not sure exactly what you want me to go over, but I can talk about some of the things that I talked about in that training. I'm not sure when Lydia is going to be getting them up. I would imagine that they're kind of going through all of our trainings to see if they need to edit anything. So, it might take a few minutes. Well, anyway, the kind of stuff that we had went over, Megan went over some more particular things about Facebook, how it works, some of the algorithms, stuff like that. That's all stuff I'm not really into. I just know how to connect with people and what triggers my people. So that's kind of what I worked off of. Some of the biggest things is don't flood your personal Facebook page with posts about your business. People don't want to see it. They check out, they unfollow you, and that's the worst thing you want to happen. Get your business page up or your business group up. Call it a VIP. Call it whatever you want. I know I just have one business page that I have my VIP people on that business page. That's how I choose to do it, and that's what works for me. And this is what I'm talking of. There's no right or wrong. You do whatever the heck you want, but I'm solely just talking about kind of what works for me. I'm not able to do parties, talking about time. I too, it's non-existent in my world. So I have to do things when I can. Like this damn basset hound barking out my window. I swear to God, every time I go live, this sucker barks, man. It's driving me nuts. That has nothing to do with social media. But I don't cuss them out when I go live. I don't do that. So that's a tip. But you know what? So, kind of keep it. You got to be able to laugh at yourself. You got to be able to have fun with it, right? I do like to go live. I go live in my group. And I go live in my Facebook videos too. But what I don't do is I don't bore people to death with a 20-minute long live thing. They don't have time either. Just like we don't have time, they don't have time. So if someone catches you, they're scrolling. If you're talking about something, or if it's quiet or something not interesting, or if it happens to be quiet at that moment, they move on. So you've lost them. You spent all that time. You went to work for 20 minutes and nobody listened. So that's a waste of your time. So make sure that everything you do on social media has a direct intent. Make sure you're sharing the content kind of creatively too. Nobody wants to just see the hot sheets. Nobody wants to see that. They want to see you with the product. So what I like to do is I like to do a hot sheet, and I'll do the product, in my hand. Like maybe I'll be holding, it'll be a picture of, my hand with the container and a little bit of it in my hand so they can see it's a thick, rich lotion. I'll do stuff like that. Or just a little teasers. It'll just be my magnesium stick. It doesn't say what's in it. It doesn't say what it is. It doesn't say a price or anything. It just says, 9 hours in the car today. Thank God for this. That's it. And then everybody wants to know what it is, where they can get it, all of that. The other thing we talked about was not doing pricing on Facebook. And if some of this is fundamental to everybody, I apologize, but this is how basic they wanted us to go at training. Okay. But if you put a price on there, if I say, hey, this is the magnesium and lavender spray, right? That sucker's $25. So if I say that, and it's the first time someone's seen one of my Jordan Essential products, they're gonna say, oh yeah, that stuff's expensive, right? They don't even know what it is. I didn't get an opportunity to explain to them the benefits, so they understand that it is worth the $25. They have no idea. So they prejudge, that's too expensive, keep it moving. So just post your image, whatever it is. And then when someone says, oh, what is that? One thing I hate, and if there's anybody, I apologize in advance. I cannot stand, I'll PM you. I'll PM you. Why is it a secret? Why is it on lockdown? It's an FBI, right? You can do the same thing without saying that. You can, when someone says, oh, hey, Terry, how much, right? Okay, oh, look, I love this new scent, right? We're talking about this. And they say, oh, Terry, how much is that? You know what, Karen? I've got 3 sizes. So I got 3 sizes for you to choose from. You know what? I'll send it to you. Say that. I'm saying the same thing, but I'm not saying, I'll PM you, right? If I see one more of those toothpaste ads and everybody's saying, oh, what is this? And they say, PMing you. No, guess what? I'm not interested. If you can't just tell me, I'm not interested. So there's a lot of other people that think like I do, scary enough. But you don't want to lose that. So I still engage in a little bit. Say, Karen, I got 3 sizes for you. You know what? I'll share that with you. And then I go and I tell her. But if someone sees a price right away, they prejudge that it's too expensive or otherwise. And then that way you're missing out on having conversations with everybody else that wants to know the same thing. So if I just tell Karen flat out, oh yeah, it's $9. Well, everybody knows it's $9. No one else needs to ask, right? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else that you want me to kind of cover on social media? Because otherwise I talk. Yeah,
I
Karen.
thought, me. So would you review your suggestion about making a blanket post to engage people before you start posting about your products, new products,
Like,
like coffee or tea?
oh, yeah. Okay, well, what did I say today? Oh, today was Tickle Me Tuesday, which who the hell knows what that means? I mean, just make up random stuff. And then people, it gives them a giggle, it gives them a smile, makes them feel kind of good. And so sometimes what I'll do is I'll say, you know, so did everyone see that? It kind of went around and it just says, what are you, coffee or tea?
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So that's all it was. And actually, I don't know, I saw Karen and then everyone else did it. So of course I grabbed it too, right? You know how we love to do that until someone puts their website on it and ruins it for all of us. That's me. I do that a lot. I do that a lot, just so you know. Right? And shuts all the fun down. So we're giggling. Someone else do that? Or is that a conversation?
It's in the book.
Oh, to do it or not to? Oh, that is?
To not do, it's in the book. It's in the Facebook etiquette handbook that is on Amazon for $9.99. It says don't do that.
It says
Oh no,
not
my
to
book said to do that.
Oh, to do that. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, listen, then I'm a genius. I could have written that damn book. Because that's what I do. I just get, you know, you just get sick of people stealing your crap after a while. So you do it. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, so I'll just say like, you know, Tickle Me Tuesday and, you know, humor me on this. And you all know I love to do a giveaway. Is that what you're kind of looking for, Karen?
Yes.
Okay. So one, they want to win stuff. They don't even know what I'm giving them and they want to win something. They don't care. It could be a pencil sharpener, right? They don't care. So, and then it's just that engagement. Once I have that engagement, my page is busy and it's flourishing. And then I can hit them with sharing products. So that's why I said at closing sessions, Amy, actually, you were already gone, which, you know what? I'm so sorry that you missed awards night. That really sucked because your name really got called. So that was too bad. But anyway, you didn't hear this. But so what I said at the end is like, listen, we talked about engaging people on your Facebook pages and groups. Get them over there and keep them engaged. If you have zero audience, if you have zero participation or hardly any, maybe I should say, if you go back from conference, which we did, and some of us started doing it at conference, so I wish I could have caught people before, but you're so excited and now you're refreshed. And let's say you've just been absent for 3 months. You haven't been doing anything with your business for a while, maybe 2 months. All of a sudden you've got all this stuff, all these new products, all this fun energy, and you're going to get that trip and you just puke out all this information. Well, you've just wasted all that time on a zero audience. There's no one paying attention. And so that's why I always say, like, you know, I mean, when you're doing your social media stuff, that's just as much work as if I'm going and talking to people and meeting with people. Every post is intentional, like I said. So be very careful to not do that because then you've just done it all and it's out there and nobody cares. So try to do teasers, try to get them engaged, play little things with them. I'm not saying give everything away. For all they know, my giveaway today might be, yeah, verbal diarrhea. Exactly. And then it could be a $5 off your order. You know, that's fine too, because then it's they have to buy something to get something. Another thing I want to share is don't miss opportunities. And I said my sister's name and I really don't care. And I already told her I did it. So, but she missed an opportunity. So I called her out on it. My nephew and his girlfriend, so it's her son. She was like, oh my God, these mosquitoes are killing me. She made some random post about mosquitoes. So I'm waiting. It was June and I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting for my sister, you know, the mother, to post like, oh, you guys need a bug box, or, oh, let me send you this, or I've got something for you. She said nothing. So I tag her in the post and I said, geez, Tammy, get these kids some bug spray or get them a bug box or, you know, whatever. So then a woman right away said, oh my God, what's that? In my opinion, what should have happened next would have been my sister maybe showing the bug spray saying, oh, this is a product that I have, or something like that. Nope. Instead, she said, here's my website. Check it out. The problem with that, the woman has no idea what she's even talking about. All I said was, get this lady a bug box. So what, she's going to go to your website and search bug box? No, it doesn't work that way. So that's the difference to me between selling somebody and sharing with somebody. if I'm going to share with somebody, which has more success, by the way, I'm just genuinely sharing a product that I feel is good for them, that works for me. I'm going to share that with them. And it seems to be more responsive than me just saying, oh, here's my website, check it out. Because then I clearly just want a sale. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
So share instead of sell. And that to me is actually probably some of, I would think is kind of my success in my sales online. So you really got to be conscious of it though. And I tell people, like, everyone thinks that Facebook parties are so easy. No, they're not. You work 3 times as hard. I just can't commit to a party. If I get called out and I have to go to a job, my husband has to stay here with our daughter, or vice versa. So if I schedule a party for 3 weeks from now and then we've got something going on, I have to cancel. I'd be devastated if I had to cancel on somebody. I can't do home parties right now. So I rely on social media. So you bet your buns I make every single post count. It's intentional. Like when I post it, I'm expecting a reaction from it. And I know what that reaction is that I'm looking for. So it's a little bit more of a mind game kind of with people. And you really have to put more thought into it. Otherwise, I mean, you can just randomly post stuff all day long too if you want. But if you want a bigger bang for your time, really kind of think about it. What are you, when you post that, what are you hoping to get back from it? You know? Okay. Any questions or anything that you wanted me to kind of go over, Amy? I know you weren't in that group.
This is awesome. I do think that we should have another expanded class, but Ruth asked, she's having problems getting people to come to her page, and what suggestions would you give to getting more people in?
Well, first of all, never add them without asking them. That's a no-no, right? That's a big, unless they're friends and family, then they're fair game. Right? And they can leave if they want to. That's my 2 cents. I do little teasers and I'll say, hey, we're doing a giveaway, or I'm doing a giveaway on my business page. Are you there yet? Or, hey, you got to see what we're doing over there. I know when I first started, I don't know if Karen remembers this, but you know, because I joined just to use it, remember? And then I had said, hey, who wants to see what I've been up to? And people were like, oh, me, right? One, we're inherently nosy, so they want to know, right? And then, of course, if you say that there's a freebie or a game going on, good Lord, me, right? Everybody wants to be on it. But the thing is, too, you got to be, you always have to, it's a mind game, but always be very conscious of what you're doing on your personal page. If you're constantly flooding your page with, you know, recipes and games and, you know, all these things, people kind of check out on your page. The other thing, too, don't go on there complaining, because you know what I do with negative people on Facebook? I unfollow them. That's just me. I can't do drama, and I'm way too busy. When I'm on Facebook, I want it to be friends and my friends' kids, and that's it. I don't want to see drama. I don't want to see crap. So keep it clean, keep it good, keep it nice, keep it happy, all of those things. And for the love of Pete, Amy, what is so funny? For the love of Pete, do not go on there and talk about your headache. How can you sell a magnesium stick for headaches when you're constantly talking about your headache? Right? Right? I mean, it's that fundamental. I'm not even kidding, right? Okay.
I forgot I unmuted myself. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. So that's my 2 cents on social media, because you know what? It seems pretty basic and pretty simple, but if you're not thinking about it, you're not thinking about it.
I think everybody needs a reminder.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Terry.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, you helped me this morning at 6 a.m. when I saw that you were up and I started messaging you. I never really thought about not talking about prices. So I created something today for my Facebook group, thanks to Delana, and didn't put prices, just put on there, like they said in conference, to talk about the percentage or the dollar amount, whichever one's going to be higher and more attractive, and just say you could save whatever on this bundle, right?
Yeah.
And I just left it there, and someone commented and said, I really want to get one of these, having no clue what the amount is, but she saw the value in the idea of a bundle. Right. And that was like that aha moment of, that Terry Story might be onto something, all right. So I just want to say thank you. That really helped me today.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for that too. Hey, I'll take whatever credit for anything you want to give me.
That's
Good or
it.
bad.
That's all it is. That's it.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Anybody else? Otherwise, that's kind of all of it in a nutshell. You know, because I mean, they're going to post those videos quick, so I don't want to sit and take up all the time when you guys can kind of check that out.
Anybody? All right. Awesome. Thank you, Terry.
You're welcome. Thanks, Amy.
All right. Oops. Okay. Hold on. Let me get back to the. Since I worked so hard on my PowerPoint, right? Yay. Okay. All right. Next. I am going to talk to you guys a little bit about engaging your customers. And this is just one little small thing that you can do. I mentioned it on my team page, and I got a lot of questions about how you go about making a Google form for your customers. So I'm going to go and do that. Well, I guess I should show of hands how many people have Google Forms already made for their business. Tiffany, Lenny, not Terry, not Delana, Shanna. Okay. Well, some of you, okay. So I am going to go over here and I'll see how I can. All right, oops. Okay, what do you guys see right now?
I see your Google Forms page with a three.
Awesome.
Three
Okay,
in the middle.
So, all right, so you go to Google, and it's a little bit kind of weird to get to Google Forms. You can either scroll way down on these little dotty dot things, even more from Google, then you gotta go way, way down here to this little purple box right here, or you can just type in Google Forms, which would probably be the easier way to do it. Make sure that you are signed into your Google account. Okay, so I made one, every time that a new catalog comes out, I like to make a, send me a free sample form. So we know that everybody loves samples. I may have jumped the gun a tad bit because I don't even have my samples yet, and I got bombarded with requests for samples, but it's awesome because people are engaging. And I want to show you guys how to go about doing this. To get a little bit more information from them than just, which sample they want. So this is the one that I created. It's pretty user-friendly. So should I just start from scratch? Maybe I'll do that. You start with a blank one, and I like to do free sample and new fall catalog. Now, if I misspell something, you guys can make fun of me, but I'm a really bad speller. Okay, so here's the title. You can change the way this looks up here. You can change the color. You can do your own theme, however you want to make it personalized to you. You can upload a JE type of a picture. It's kind of small in here. But the main meat of the form is it's like a survey. So the first question, I think I did this here. The first question I do is you want to fill out for your free sample. You can do multiple choice questions. You can do short answer, check boxes, drop down. There's all kinds of different questions that you can do depending on what you want to say. So like you see in this first one, email address. So we're going to do a short answer. I want them to give me their email address right off the bat so I can contact them. Then you can make it a required question for them to even submit the form, okay? So then we've got that one right there. Then we're gonna add another question. So you go to this little add a question. So the next thing I did was just a little lead in, like Terry was saying, you want to get them engaged in whatever it is that that you're asking. So I just chose this JPEG. what scent appeals to you most? So right here, you can add a photo, drop your photo in there. So it'll insert this photo. Oops. And then which scent? Option 1, fruity. Option 2, men. Option 3, salty, sweet. I don't know, whatever your choices are, right? All right, this is pretty self-explanatory, right? Except for I want to go back there and make this required. So I make sure all of my questions are required, and I don't have anybody that like has an issue with it, so that's kind of nice. So anyway, I'm just going to go through the ones that I personally do for new product launch, and you guys can I can certainly send this template to you. You have to remake it on your own Google account, or else you will not get the responses to your email. So it's really important that you actually remake one of your own on your own Google email. So what I did is I allowed them to ask for one of our new, or either a new scent, and this is a checkbox. So this is a checkbox. So they can actually choose more than one here. So they can check the Madagascar vanilla, the Helios skin superfood, and then I also included the essential oil, but I made sure that this will only have the ability to do one-on-one sampling. So that means I get in front of them for a one-on-one, right? And then after they've requested their sample, you kind of get into, you know, you're gonna plant some booking seeds here. So which sounds most fun to you? It's not committal. It's for those of us in our coaching class, you know, it's not a yes or no question. It's not, do you want to have a Facebook party or do you want to have a home spa party? It's which one sounds the most fun to you? Bye, thanks, bye Mom. So Fast and Furious Facebook party where I can earn tons of free stuff. In-home spa pamper event so my friends and I can get spoiled. One-on-one consultation to customize my experience. You know, all of these are, you know, to sound pretty appealing. And I guess I should have made this checkbox where they could have checked more than one, but I didn't at this one. Fundraiser. So how many people that are on my VIP page may not even realize that we have fundraisers with a huge return. So I included that on there. Business gifting. So I want to plant that seed for the holiday season. Sorry, I don't like fun or free stuff is great because yes, it gives them a no question or a no answer to choose, but the majority of people don't. So, and then I don't want to host, but I'd love to be included in an event. So you can, you know, they might not want to host now. That doesn't mean no forever. But if you're doing like a mystery host event or some educational thing via social media, or do you have something local that you're doing that you can invite people to, this is a great choice. I had a lot of people choose this one. But then we're going to have a recruiting seed, just like your parties. Which excites you the most? So again, an open-ended question, so you're getting them kind of thinking. $500 in extra spending money. You know, I wanted to include the tropical vacation because we just started trip earning. Pay off your credit card debt, be a stay-at-home parent, and hire a housekeeper. So the next one, to kind of follow up with the recruiting lead, this is like one of my favorite sayings. If you promise not to stalk me, I'll be happy to sit down and learn a little bit more about your business. So I love putting that one on there. Everybody always laughs, kind of catches their eye, and then they'll remember that for later. Maybe sure looks fun, but I'm just not sure. And then no way. We're gonna kind of be funny here because that's kind of my personality. I'm not into making money, earning free stuff, having fun, or going on free vacations, right? Okay, so next, I'd love to send you a new fall catalog and a sample. So this is where you get their name, address, and city, state, zip, and phone number. So we're going to have all of our information that we need for them to be a preferred customer, etc., or if they want to host, so you don't have to ask them over and over again. So the really cool thing is when you've got this posted out there, you can, I mean, the responses are really neat. So we've got, you can either look at them as a whole, so you get a good idea, like, oh, what, nobody picked masculine for my responses so far. But you kind of get a graph. What are people looking at? You know, this is great to give feedback to the company, you know, or to kind of know how to cater your posts on your VIP group or whatever towards the stuff that that your people will like. You know, here's the percentage of people and what they requested for samples. So I've got 3 people I definitely need to follow up with for one-on-ones. Which sounds most fun? So we've got I don't want to host and Fast and Furious Facebook party. So, you know, I've got 4 people that are interested in a Facebook party, 2 that are interested in home parties, 1 that's interested in a one-on-one, 1 that's interested in fundraising, and then 4 that might want to go to an event. So you see how you have here, like, they can anonymously, you know, put this in there, and then you have the opportunity to follow up with them on what they've told you. Here's the recruiting seeds that you've got here. Everybody wants a clean house. This is awesome. Oops. I don't know what someone sent in chat just yet, but I'll look at it. And then I actually had a surprising number of people be interested in sitting down with me, and I would have never known that had I not asked. So, you know, out of 12 people, only 2 said, no way, I don't want to sit down and talk to you. But, you know, 10 people would be interested possibly in learning a little bit more about Jordan Essentials. That's huge. That is absolutely huge. You might not get that number, but you would have never known if you hadn't posted this. So it's great information. So anyways, we've got all their info here. You can also, Google lets you look at it on an individual basis too, so you can go through them one by one and see what they chose, and then, you know, have this in front of you when you contact them. So that was really quick and dirty, but I need major, I need major help with this. Okay, so Kim, I can send you an example, but then you would need to go and copy it. I sent the example to Lenny, and she just copied it and made a new form in her Google account. Unless there's a way to send a template that I don't know about, but I can at least send a copy.
I tried. There's no way to be able to send a template. It seems a lot more difficult than it is, and I know that that's coming from like techie me, so that's not super helpful, but I can tomorrow do a very quick step-by-step on how to set it up so that you know how to, because once you do it once, it really can become very easy, but you just have to know how to use Google Forms, and it won't take long. So I can do that tomorrow. It should only take me about 15 minutes when I'm at work to do a quick step-by-step.
Yep. In addition to that, there's a lot of different forms that you can make for your business. If you're doing, like I loved what Terry said about not posting prices, because that's one of the things that I've made is an actual order form that people can fill out online for your Facebook parties. And then for those of you, I don't know if anyone has used Facebook, the money option is phenomenal. So instead of saying, hey, go to my website, like Terry was mentioning, you can actually have them fill out their order, and then you can request the amount on Facebook, and they can pay with their card, and it goes directly into your bank account. So then you can put the order in. So it's super convenient. It's kind of like PayPal, but it doesn't cost any money. So it's a really nice, easy way to, you know, just make that ordering experience way easier, because I like our website, but sometimes it is hard to find certain things. And we all know exactly where all of those things are. So you're giving them that customer service piece like Delana talked about, that personal relationship where let me order that for you. You just, you tell me what you want, then you have the opportunity to upsell them or discuss, hey, this product would really go well with that product. Have you thought about combining them, etc. So this is another super easy thing that you can do is make an order form in Google Docs. And, I'm changing this because obviously after our coaching class in our leadership, you definitely want to have those open-ended questions, right? So,
so can I ask you a couple things?
Of course.
So once you create these, they save in your Google Docs and then you can edit them?
Yes.
So they're there, you own them at that point.
You own them, you can change them every time, or like I can go right here. Let's say I have this one and spring comes along and I want to do something totally different. If you go here, make a copy, it makes a copy and you can edit it however you want so you don't lose the original one.
So then is this only then, can you only email this or then can you text this as a photo?
Nope, you can, well, you're not going to want to text it as a photo because they can't fill it out, but you can text a link. So get pre-filled, oops, not that one. So
it's really your email.
So you can either email it, you can get a link, which Google actually will shorten it for you, or you can use Bitly so you can see who's clicking on it. You can embed it if you guys are super techie, but you can share on Google, you can share on Facebook, you can share on Twitter. So it gives you a lot. I've been using this link and then posting it in my VIP group, like, it's that time again, who's excited for a free fall catalog and sample, fill out the Google form below. So, I know a lot of people use SurveyMonkey, but I have found that Google Forms is so much easier to set up for this kind of thing, especially for people that kind of struggle tech-wise. But, you can do anything from Google.
You can do it in Facebook. They can click the link in Facebook and they can click, obviously you can do it via email.
Yep.
It brings them back around, but you wouldn't do it in a text because then it wouldn't bring them there, right?
Yeah, you can add this link into a text.
Oh.
Like, hey,
if
it's
you
that
text
time
it,
again.
if you text it, you want to shorten it probably on Bitly or Tiny URL.
Yep.
So it's easier for texting, but then you could text that out to every single person in your contact list or email it as well.
Oh my God, that's so cool. Because you know what, actually, and some of you probably all do this, but I'm proud of myself. I started adding all my hosts into my contact list in my phone under generic host and then their names. So I always have my host, in a group there. So
I can, if you go into the contact area in your site, there's an option to contact. You can choose to contact your customers, hosts, and guests. And if you click that option, it allows you to check all those people and write a message. And so what I did when I made this is I sent a little blurb, hey, it's that time of year again, like I was saying, that I posted with my link. And I got quite a few that actually, filled out the form because they wanted a new catalog. And I haven't been utilizing that email function very much, but I think I'm going to. It's good to have your contacts in there so you can keep track of what they're buying and you can do a whole bunch of stuff, but that's another time. Anyway, so this is a really great tool, and Lenny or I can make a little more in-depth tutorial on this, but and a couple other things, you can review the responses in Google Sheets, so it'll make a spreadsheet for you if you'd like.
that's awesome.
Yeah. You can download responses, you can print them, you can make sure and get email. Oops, I did forget that. Get email notifications for new responses, so every time you get a new response, it will email you so you can respond right away and be prompt with following up with them while it's fresh in their minds. Any Any other questions? Yes. Go ahead, Brenda. Oops, you're muted. Hold on.
I thought
There you go.
okay, sorry, I thought I unmuted myself. Do you use your regular email or did you create a separate email to keep this more business oriented so when someone replies, it goes to that email instead of just your everyday email? Did you create a separate email so all of your information goes to that versus going to your Susie Smith email?
Right. So I'm just going to tell you what I do, and a lot of people don't do it this way, but this is how I like to separate things. I have a separate email just for Jordan essential stuff. So I have jewithamy@gmail.com. I have a personal email. I have, our rental business. I have a different Gmail account for that. And then you get separate Google Drives. So that might be more than some people can handle. You don't have to, but for separation purposes, I like to do it that way so that everything's kind of compartmentalized, and I keep it all separate when I'm doing my time blocking. Yeah, anyway, so I do, but that's my personal preference. I know a lot of people that work everything off of one email. So another thing that, well, no, I'm not going to get into it right now. Never mind. Okay. Where do you put, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Wow, I'm so behind on this.
I've been watching it for you.
Okay. It's really not that difficult, for real. Anyone that would like a copy of my template, just let me know and I'll send it to you.
Shannon is aggressively raising her hand saying, me.
Okay. How about you guys, can you guys PM me? Terry, can you PM me on Facebook? Because I will forget, and it's not because I don't love you, it's just because I forgot. Okay, any other questions?
I'm going to need additional training and counseling because you lost all the I's.
What?
All of the I personalities, you lost them. So I might need some additional training on this later. I'll message you.
Okay.
She also said counseling. She needs counseling.
You need counseling?
You nut.
Awesome. Google is for people who are not techie. I swear, like it really, the little question mark on everything really truly explains how to do it in pretty simple terms. So I feel like, I didn't know how to do any of this before. I just kind of like played around with it and figured it out, messed it up enough until I got it. But I think that, anyone can do this. It's not like just techie people. So, okay. So, wow, I talked for a long time. Sorry. That's my youngest daughter. Isn't she adorable?
Yes.
Okay. So next, we are going to talk about team building with Karen Simpson because she is the queen of team building.
So, team building. When I was thinking about jotting some notes down of key things that I just wanted to mention to you guys, thinking about what we talked about over the course of a few days at conference, a couple things stood out to me more so than others. And first of all, there's a couple, why don't we team build? Why don't we recruit? Okay, so let's just get down to the nitty gritty and call it team building and we generally refer to it as recruiting. I actually like to call it sponsoring myself. What it is, though, is you're truly just sharing the business. And I think that there is still an innate fear. Excuse me, my cats are like totally in my space. But anyway, there's an innate fear of sharing our business opportunity with people. And Susan Utter, you did that today. Were you fearful when you first met with this person that you talked with today? And did it just become more about them than it came about you?
It was definitely more about them.
Yep. And when you switched it and made it about that person and you came from a different place, did you find it to be more comfortable?
It was more comfortable and it just all flowed. I did what I've been trying to do for years. I shut up and let them talk.
Amen. And the message, and Susan, I know, has been personally trying to get her first team member for a period of time. And today when she texted me, she said, I'm so happy I could cry, because she simply made it about the other person, not about her or meeting a goal, and just about filling the need for somebody that was passionate about our products. And I don't know a better example. I can give you all kinds of tidbits to say and all kinds of tricks and tools and do this and do that, but that's really what it is. And if you have a fear, make it about them. People will say, oh, I don't want to be pushy. If you're afraid of being pushy, whether you're talking to somebody about the business or you're sharing them our products with them, or you're sharing our host program with them, if you feel like you're being pushy, folks, you're making it about you. And you just flip it around and you ask some questions, because the answer is always in the questions. So that's number one. The other thing that I wanted to just mention, why do you want to share the business? Well, you don't have to. That is not a prerequisite to being a consultant at Jordan Essentials at all. If you have a goal and a dream, or you want to create some additional income, is generally what team building is. We have a lot of incentives that are based around team building, because obviously as a company, you want a company to grow, and so that becomes sponsoring people. But you don't have to. It's totally up to you if you want to. And I think it's important that you know that. It's your option. And some people might say, well, you shouldn't tell them that. Heck yeah, I should tell you that. Because I don't want you to feel the pressure of feeling like you have to. Because if it's something that you have to do, you're not going to be natural about it. And you're just not going to share with people. There are people out there that are looking for what Jordan Essentials offers for a lot of different reasons. When I look at the leaders' faces on this call, I can assure you we all have some things in common, and then we all have some things that are completely opposite. And that's where, coming into Delana talking about all the different personality traits, yeah, because we're all different, but it takes all of us to make a team and to move up. So you might have someone that is making $200,000 a year as a pediatric physician. And you might think, well, I'm not going to ask her, that intimidates you, but she might be looking for a tax write-off. Or you might have someone that wants to make money. They really seriously need to make money. You might have someone that just wants to be around women. That's their night out. All that. All I can tell you is just the more that you do it, the more that you share, intentionally share, it becomes a habit, and then you don't have to try so hard. I promise you that's what happens. It just becomes what you do. And I am testimony to that all day long, because that's exactly what happened to me over a course of time. I kept doing it and doing it and doing it and being intentional about it. And you can learn it. That's the other thing. It's not, nobody reaches down with a magic wand and hits you on the head and says, okay, I now instill these powers in you. You all have the power, because it's all something that you can learn. So, there's that part of it. The other thing that I wanted to just mention, because honestly, this is a teeny tiny little bone of contention with me, because I think it has a tendency to be deflating and set people, yourself, up for a disappointment. And I'm going to tell you what that is. If you walk into a party and you're hesitant to recruit somebody and you're hesitant to share the business opportunity, and so you say, listen, you can join my team tonight and you can get 25% off all your purchases in the future, and you leave it at that, don't ever expect that person to do a launch party. And what you've kind of done at that point is potentially lost a good customer. So there's kind of a little tiny bit of a balance, because we have our customers and then we have our business, right? So what would you rather have? So I have people that come in and they announce that, but they don't tell them all the other stuff, and they don't know what they're looking for. Are you looking to make some extra money? Are you looking to get out of the house? Are you looking, do you want to facilitate all your own fundraisers? Those are all questions that you can ask that will tell you whether this person is really looking for something going forward. Yes, do we get 25% off of all of our products? Absolutely. And that is a huge advantage to us. But don't stop at that being the only benefit of joining Jordan Essentials, because there's so much more. You want to offer them I won't even say offer. You set the expectation right up front. It's like, oh yeah, these are all the great things. And you can even use our sheet in the back that has the top 5 reasons to join JE. And then right from there, do you think this would be right for you? On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you think you are? And if they're a 7, you could say, well, what would it take to get you to a 10? What other questions could I answer for you? What's on your mind? You have my undivided attention right now. And well, you know what? Maybe I will give it a try. Well, let's get your launch party set within the next, 10 days or so. What date works for you? You just lead them to that next step. And once that happens, they will do a launch party. You will partner with them to do that party. And when you partner with them, you know what happens. They're going to get some bookings, because then those bookings are theirs, and now you have a consultant. If you have somebody that just we're just going to get the discount, and all of a sudden they realize how easy this is, and you go and help them do their party, and all of a sudden you're like, listen, I have 3 bookings here. Are they going to say, I don't want those, Karen? That's money on the table? They might. And if they do, bonus me, but more than likely they take those, and that now they're in business. So that's the only thing I would really encourage you, is don't just broadcast that people get 25% off, because then you expect them to be your next person that's a working team member, and that wasn't their intention from the beginning. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And the last thing that I just wanted to mention quickly, some of my team have mentioned to me, I don't know if I want to build a team. I don't know if I want to recruit, because I don't know how to train them. I don't know what to do, and I don't know where to send them. So there's a fear that now you are responsible for this person. So let me take that monkey off your back and just reassure you that your role in this is to be a supporter. It's to be someone that directs somebody in the direction that they need to take. You don't have to know all the answers. You just need to know where to go to find them. That's it. And you can go up. You can go up. That's the best place. Go to your upline if you're not sure of things. That's what we're here for. But honestly, it's not your job, and it's not your job. You're not responsible for them. Okay. So we guide, we support, we encourage, we try and match the things that they're looking for, and we direct them to the answers that they might be needing. So if someone says, oh my gosh, where is XYZ? It's much more beneficial to me to teach them how to fish than to keep giving them the fish, so that I'm constantly giving it, so you direct them to the Georgia University, you direct them to these places, but you're never alone. And I want to just really enforce that with you, that don't be afraid, especially when you're new. You think, and I've been here 9 months. I have most seniority by 5 minutes over some of the other people here. And I don't know all the answers. I'm continually like, where's this? Where's that? What do we do about this? Where's this video? That's what being a part of a team is about. So if you're new, you're not expected to know it all. But don't let that hold you back. And there's nothing better than having a partner to be in this experience with, because now you have a buddy, and then the two of you can learn together. So I just wanted to share some of those are the top things that came off of my head. And I know Lenny's going to talk to you about earning the trip. And so that's another thing right now. We have people out there that will never, ever in a million years have a chance at going on a free vacation where are we going? I don't even know half the time. I know we're going someplace awesome. So Hard Rock, I know that. Riviera Maya. They would never have an opportunity to do that. And we have that gift. So Lenny, I'm going to I think she was next, right, to talk about the trip?
Do we want to ask any questions really fast before we head there?
Sure. Yep.
Or maybe there aren't any. You just got it all covered. I don't see any hands. Okay. Woohoo, that was awesome. Okay, so next, let's go to, did I spell that right?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. Lenny Johnson is going to talk to us about how, broken down, to earn our trips to Riviera Maya. I can't say it very well, sorry.
Awesome, cool, yay! So for you eyes out there that are glazed over and ready to get off this call, no worries. I'm gonna go through this as fast as possible. Number one, sorry, I'm on my iPad. Can you hear me? You said to get louder. Can you hear me? Okay, great, moving on. Okay, so last night we had Monday Night Live. Watch it if you haven't watched it yet, because there's no reason for me to spend time right now giving you the play-by-play when Lydia did a fantastic job of doing it last night. So go watch it. And if you're unsure still, watch it again and watch it again, because she's awesome and it's amazing. But what I wanted to do, I took notes, which I don't do, so you're welcome, about things that I wanted to highlight that I think are the most important, and things that if you highlight for yourself, you're going to be able to make a plan, which number one, making a plan is what you really want to do. Yes, this is a business, and yes, we have the opportunity to earn this trip. This isn't winning a trip, we are earning. So are there going to be steps that you have to take? Yep. But if you set your mind to it, there's some really great opportunities. Number one, if you don't know now, you should know. We're having the double points right now for sponsoring as well as for your sales for the rest of this month from July 20th until the end of August. So this is a fantastic time to jumpstart, to push yourself beyond your limit, and not in a negative way, but those things that hold us back that we get nervous about. We have so many tools and trainings and people out here to support you that if you're one of those people that Karen was just talking about that's going, I'm nervous about sponsoring, I don't know, walk hand in hand with your sponsor and with your director and what you need to do and try it out. Because right now, if someone sells $500 between now and the end of January, that's 1,000 or 2,000 points for that person. So why not take some time to try it out and see what's going on? All right, number two, I'm moving down my list as fast as I can. There's a great section for new consultants. A lot of times with incentive trips, people that are brand new get nervous about, well, how can I earn it? It always seems like it's only the top people can earn the trip. And from my understanding, that Nancy is such a fantastic person and Jordan Essentials is such a fantastic company that they got feedback about how to make the trip a little bit more attainable. It still is going to take work, but making sure that these new consultants also have an opportunity, and those of us have an opportunity, not just at the director level, to be able to obtain promotion points. So not only will people earn points for Smart Start levels 1, 2, and 3, but promotions points start at star 3 to associate and then to director. So there's some great opportunities there across the board to be able to, again, grow your team and try it out. And remember, you know, we have the U+2. So really you can get 250 points if you're just starting out with building your team by you selling $400, 2 other people selling $200, and you are a star 3, and you're going to get 250 points. So I think that's an incredible kind of incentive for yourself. Also, you want to start front loading your business, which I am a strong component and will always say to front load, but especially when we have Green by Tip 15, when you're getting free product, which is great for your VIP groups, but 2, you're getting 250 points. So again, looking at your calendar for the month when you're blocking your time out, think to yourself, what things can I do to engage my customer base, to engage my group, to make sure I'm partying on these days so that if something falls through, you have the rest of the month to be able to continue to build and to increase your sales and increase the way that you're touching your business and you're making those personal connections instead of waiting, I'm going to have a party the last day of the month. That was a flop. You know, you want to set yourself up for success so that you always are building, always making those connections. Because again, that will continue to help increase your sales. The last thing that I wanted to go over, because the rest, again, you can go talk to Lydia, or look at that video or talk to your upline or sponsor, is planning, being accountable, and believing in yourself, which honestly, the biggest thing in my opinion is believing in yourself. So often self-doubt stops us from being able to take another step. We are our biggest enemy, in my opinion. I can sit here and say, oh my God, I made the worst graphic, I'm terrible, blah, blah, blah. And someone else is going, I love it so much, Lenny, it's great. You know what I mean? So you just have to believe in yourself. The first incentive trip I went on, I never in a million years thought I would be able to do it. But I set a goal, I paced myself, and I checked in with myself and with my sponsor. So having an accountability partner, whether that is your upline, your director, your best friend, you know, your spouse, if you're aiming to get that trip for 2, or you want to take your best friend or your mom, then you bet your butt, I want to say ass like Terry, but I did it, and now I did, so there it is on video, you know, but I want that person to be accountable with me. I came home and I told my fiance, I want our trip I want to go, we're going, and we're going to couple this with our honeymoon for next year. So he now is invested in ensuring and supporting me and doing what I want to do. So he has a buy-in because he's like, ooh, vacation, I'm pretty excited. And I had a buy-in called, good, I don't have to pay for a honeymoon. So altogether, you know, whatever the things are that you need to do, so find someone to be accountable with, believe in yourself, and make a plan, and also be consistent, which is, if you start now, you'll be able to be consistent continuously, but also don't set yourself up for failure. If you have not, and I might get yelled at for this, but I'm a realist. If you have not been Green 515 every single month, and you make a plan for yourself that says, I have to be green by 15, will you be disappointed in yourself if month 1 you don't do that? So I asked that question because if that means maybe I need to say 5 out of the 7 months I'm going to be green 515, because I want to be realistic when I space out what I'm doing. Where is my reach? Where's my stretch goal? What are my goals? So you're able to really look at it in a realistic way. I actually sat down, and I'll share this with you guys later. But I made, which you can't really see, but I made myself a graphic that I'm going to print out in color and put in my office and in my car and everywhere, that I broke down. It says Lenny's trip point goals to the top. So my minimum goal is 40,000 points. I would like to reach for the VIP goal, but I want to start with what I have to get. And then I have it broken down into how many directors do I want to promote? How many people do I want to sponsor while it's double points? How many people, you know what I mean? Like, I have it broken down to the point that I can see my minimum goal. If I do all of these things, I will reach that goal. However, every month I'm going to check my list. If I didn't reach that point, what do I need to add? Can I add a fundraiser? Can I find someone else to sponsor? How can I be a better support system to my team? If my goal personally, not that you have to, if my goal is to promote out a director, right? So checking in, having a list, and changing it, because goals change, life changes. So you can't stop yourself and say, well, I missed July, it's over, this is crap, they all lied to me, I can't earn it. Stop, revisit, and work as a team and be accountable to yourself and believe in yourself. If not, I'll believe in your damn self. You're going to do it. All right, peace out. It's been like 3 hours of doing this video. I love it. I love all of you. I'm done. We can talk about it later. Thanks.
I love you so much. Does anyone have questions for Lenny?
I'm not actually that terrible. I really will answer any questions. I like to keep it real. No.
Brenda. Oh, hold on. Let me unmute you. You're muted. There you go.
So, so fundraising does count towards?
Yeah.
Incentive?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Literally every single thing that we have that is commissionable PV, do it. Like, every single step that we can do to make money, will it be a little bit less, obviously, because they do take that, but a point is a point is a point. Like, literally, I'm going to try to find like 15 fundraisers next month just to like do it because it's double. You know what I mean? Like, it's back to school. You want to get a new backpack? Do a fundraiser. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to do everything I can to take advantage of what we can take advantage of in a positive way, not a bad way.
And of course, everyone knows where your points trackers are. They're up now. So you can literally log in and you can keep track of your points in real time right there. So are they real time? I shouldn't say.
No.
As of this afternoon, they didn't have any of the bonus or earned things on there. It was just
Is it
sales.
weekly?
It
I believe
says daily,
But it's
Oh,
but it's not.
okay. Not yet.
I think they're still recovering.
I think so too. Yeah.
It is good to see it there, though. I think that's fantastic. And all I can do is tell you guys, if you've ever worked, just do the actions, because it's shocking sometimes. I don't know if you feel it, but sometimes I'm amazed at even my reorders that come in. I mean, this trip is so doable for everyone if you want it.
Right.
I can't agree with what Lenny said more. You got to come out of the gates fast and hard. You have the potential to have this thing wrapped up for sure by the end of the year, but shoot high. Some people were asked today, well, what level of the trip are you going for? Heck, let's all go for VIP. What's the worst that's going to happen? You'll get the first level, you shoot high and you just do the actions that come from your heart, which we make a difference. If you focus on making a difference, I'm telling you, this is really cool. And 20,000 points for this is so completely doable for one person. And then you might as well go for the upper level, because then your airfare is paid for too. And it's an all-inclusive resort. And there were some of your leaders went out on a limb. I'll be one of them. Delana's raising her hand. And we really, really, really asked point blank if we could have an all-inclusive resort. So it was all-inclusive for expenses once you got there, in a sexy place. And I think they did pretty good, because I think it's a pretty sexy place. So sexy being just someplace that is easy to show great pictures, it's easy to market to people, it's easy to share, and it's going to be fantastic. So yeah, don't let the itty bitty shitty committee in your mind start telling you BS, because this is it. You got it.
Lenny, can you make a meme of that?
What?
Can you make a meme of that?
Itty bitty shitty committee, or which one?
Yeah, because that's freaking awesome.
All of the above.
Yeah, I thought she was going somewhere else with that at first, talking about.
Well, they're up there, those little voices that we tell ourselves all the time, and it's like, shut up. I don't want to listen to you.
Here's the deal. On the way home, I was paranoid because I thought for sure that someone was going to release the details of the earnings and the minimum of the 10,000. And I was kind of pooping bricks myself, because I was like, crap, I've got a couple negative Nellies. And so I quick made someone else an admin on our team page. And I said, listen, one negative peep, you delete it. Don't say anything. You delete it. Like, I will handle it when I get home. I was paranoid. And so we really quick did a bunch of chats about, listen, 10,000, this is how we're going to do it. No, not one peep about, oh my God, that's so much, I can't do that. And so I was kind of paranoid for nothing, unless that negative Nelly just hasn't seen it yet, because she wasn't on the call. And but yeah, I mean, it is attainable, but I'm like, listen, if you hear nothing else on this stinking call, book August heavy. I don't know how else to say it to people. So if you hear nothing else on this call too, I think we all get it, but oh my God, book the crap out of August. Like, how can you pass that up? So if you do have a slow month, you're good. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
But don't blow it. You can have 50,000 points and still not have 10,000 in sales. Don't be stupid. Like, pound August.
Well, and I was saying I don't even remember who I was talking to. It might have been the girl you were with me on the car ride yesterday. I think that might have been where we talked about it. But here's the thing. You can earn the trip for one, you can earn the trip for two, you can earn the trip for two, all inclusive of everything, the VIP level. So I think back a couple of years ago when Lenny mentioned, she's got her, her soon to be husband, fiance has a buy-in, because he's going to go on this trip. That's their honeymoon. The exact same thing happened to me when I was earning an incentive trip to Maui. My daughter was in the room when it was announced. We were at conference. She looked at me and said, Mom, I want to go. And I had both our trips by the end of October because I was not going to let my daughter down. She wanted to go to Maui, and she went to Maui, and we did it up big, and it was one of the best memories and experiences I've ever had. And so if you have a person that you want to take with you, whether it's your husband, your sister, your friend, anybody, whoever that person is, get them on board with you, because you might give yourself the out sometimes. Well, I just can't do it. And you're going to let yourself down. You won't let someone else down. So grab an accountability partner, grab a person that you are going to have the most fun with ever, and get them, partnered with you, and they will cheer you on. And next thing you know, it's like, how many points do you have? How was your party? Like you start getting all this energy going, and you will get that trip. And the other thing you can do, I did this one year too. Think of that person, but don't tell them. And then give it to them wrapped up as a Christmas present at Christmas time, because you'll earn that trip by Christmas. So that's another option for you. But really sharing it with somebody, it's it's our whole foundation at Jordan Essentials is sharing. Share the trip, and it'll all be good.
Hey, I don't want to call anybody out, but you guys better quit saying accountability partner. What did Nikki tell us?
Empowerment
partner. Don't make me tattle on you. Empowerment partner.
Jen Heasley wrote that down. I watched her. She liked that, and she looked down and she wrote that word down.
Yep. And we don't help our team. We support our team. I mean, my verbiage, I got it locked in. Like, I ain't messing around.
Two things before I forget. One is I made a graphic about that Jen Fitzgerald asked me to do. That's on my VIP page, and I will, Karen or Delana, you guys can take it and share it in your groups. Terry, I don't know if you're in my group or not, but either way, it's a kind of a fun graphic that I made that you can share about the trip. That also helps kind of do some recruiting tidbits with that. And also for those of us that are really anal, and even though we have a tracker system, it's not real time, and I like real time. So I made a Excel document today. I have not slept or worked at my full-time job in the last 3 days, but if anyone would like that, I have no problem sharing the template for my tracker, because I am going to get fired. It's a good time. That's all.
You know what's kind of freaking me out, and thank you, by the way, but is not being able to see trackers for downline. That's kind of freaking me out. You get spoiled when you see that crap for other people, and now you're relying on them to do it themselves. Even though it's done for them, it's just kind of, it'll come eventually. It will come. But
Lydia gets that, just an FYI. She does get a report herself, and she said she would periodically share that with the leader team so that we can have that, because sometimes it's great for us to cheer someone on quietly.
Yes, right. And I don't want to have to ask, hey, where are you at? Yeah, very good.
So, really quickly, just to end things, I wanted to, some of the stuff that we're talking about, like I made this, I made that, we are going to be posting on a blog, and I'm going to put the link right here. So if you have something, anything to add, make sure and send it to me, because this is going to be a great resource for people to kind of search. It's a little bit easier to search than some of the other things, like scrolling through a Facebook page. But anyway, so go ahead and use that if you want to go check out some of the stuff that that has been made, and that way there will be one spot to go.
Can I make one request, and then can we be done?
Yes.
So for those of you that were not at conference, it was incredible being able to meet everybody and hearing everyone's story. And for those of us that came from other companies and maybe came in a little bit hesitant, I just wanted to throw out there that sending a friend request to each other and cheering each other on, and even just saying, hey, I didn't get to meet you, I wanted to introduce myself. This company is phenomenal and has people in it that will respond so well to that. So if you're a little bit hesitant or not sure, like, oh, I don't know who this crazy black lady is, but she seems kind of fun, but I don't know what to do about that, send me a friend request. Like, I feel like we really are all family, and we should all get to know each other and not be these strangers through just screens. So there's that.
There's that. Love that.
Awesome. Seriously, you guys, 2 hours. I hope that, I mean, this was freaking awesome. I thought it was awesome. I would love to hear feedback, not on the video, but I'd love to hear feedback on stuff that maybe you want more in-depth training on or whatever, but I really think that it'd be awesome to put together a few more of these once in a while to get everybody together and do some specific training on different things. So anyway, I hope everybody had fun. I know your East Coasters are just totally exhausted.